Chill English Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Chill English Podcast, where learning English becomes as easy and relaxing as chatting with a friend in a cafe. I'm Alex.
And hello, everyone. It's me, Chloe, ready to chill and chat again. How are you doing today, Alex?
I'm doing great, Chloe. I've actually had a very productive morning, which sets a good tone for the rest of the day. And it got me thinking about our daily routines.
Ooh, a productive morning? That sounds very Alex of you. My mornings mostly involve a chaotic search for matching socks.
Well, that's a perfect segue into our topic for today. Today, we're not just going to talk, we are going to dive deep into a subject that is fundamental to everyone's life, no matter where you are in the world. We're talking about food.
Food, my favorite topic.
Specifically, we'll be breaking down the conversations and vocabulary surrounding the three main meals of the day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'll cover everything from morning coffee rituals to cooking disasters. And for our listeners, we promise this episode is packed with useful phrases, idioms, and phrasal verbs. We're aiming for at least 15 new expressions for you today.
That's right. We won't just tell you what a word means. We'll share our own stories and create scenarios so you can truly visualize and feel it. So grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's get started.
All right, let's start systematically, as I like to do, with the first meal of the day, breakfast. For me, breakfast is non-negotiable. It sets the foundation for my entire day. I usually have the same thing: oatmeal with berries and a black coffee.
See, that's so planned and organized. My breakfast is more of a spontaneous adventure. Some days it's just a single banana. Other days it's nothing but a large cup of coffee. I'm really not a morning person, Alex. I'm the complete opposite of you.
Ah, so you're not an early bird then?
Not at all. I'm a total night owl. For our listeners, an early bird is someone who likes to wake up early and feels energetic in the morning. A night owl is me, someone who stays up late and whose brain works best at night.
Exactly. And that leads to the famous idiom, the early bird gets the worm. This idiom means that people who start their day or their work early have the best chance of success. It comes from the literal image of a bird waking up early and finding a worm before other birds do. For me, waking up at 6 a.m., getting a workout in, and having my oatmeal, that's my way of getting the worm. It gives me a head start.
That makes total sense. For me, the worm is probably an extra hour of sleep, but I do agree on one thing. Coffee is essential. My absolute go-to in the morning is an iced latte with oat milk. It's the one thing I can't live without.
Hold on, Chloe. That's a fantastic phrase you just used. Go-to. Let's break that down for our listeners. This is our first teaching point. When Chloe says an iced latte is her go-to, she means it's her standard, reliable, and favorite choice. It's the option she chooses most often without having to think about it. You can use this for almost anything.
Exactly. Like, what's your go-to movie for a rainy day? Or this cafe has the best sandwiches. They're my go-to for a quick lunch.
My go-to breakfast is oatmeal because it's healthy, easy, and I know it will keep me full until lunch. So listeners, think about it. What's your go-to coffee order or your go-to song to cheer you up? It's a very common and natural phrase.
Right. But on days when I oversleep, I don't even have time for my go-to latte. I just have to grab a bite on my way to work.
Another great one. To grab a bite means to get something to eat quickly, often something small and informal. It implies speed. You're not sitting down for a full formal meal. For example, I don't have time for a proper lunch. Let's just grab a bite at that food stall.
Yes, it's the perfect phrase for a busy lifestyle. Sometimes I'll just text my friend, hey, want to grab a bite after work? It gives a very casual and informal feeling.
Okay, so we've survived the morning. let's move on to lunch. This is where our different personalities probably show again. I almost always pack my lunch. It saves money, and I know exactly what I'm eating. Often it's just leftovers from the dinner I made the night before.
Ah, leftovers. This word is so important for daily life. It literally means things that are left, referring to food remaining from a previous meal. My fridge is a mysterious land of leftovers. Sometimes I'm not even sure what's in the boxes anymore.
Laughs? You should label them, Chloe. That's what I do. But using leftovers is a great way to reduce food waste.
True. I, on the other hand, rarely pack a lunch. I enjoy the break of going out and deciding what to eat. The problem is, on a really busy day at work, sometimes I only have 15 minutes. On those days, I have to wolf down my food.
Let's pause there. That's a very visual phrasal verb, to wolf down. Can you explain that, Chloe?
Of course. To wolf down your food means to eat it extremely quickly, almost greedily, like a hungry wolf. You're so hungry or in such a hurry that you barely chew. You just swallow it. For example, the kids were so hungry after swimming that they wolfed down their pizzas in 5 minutes.
It's the complete opposite of another phrase, to pick at your food. If you pick at your food, you eat only tiny amounts without any real interest or appetite. You might be worried or upset or not feeling well.
Oh, I can totally relate to that. I remember after a really bad day, a friend took me out for dinner to cheer me up. But I just sat there picking at my salad. I wasn't hungry at all. I just pushed the food around the plate with my fork. It's a very clear way to show someone's emotional state through their eating.
That's a perfect example. It shows how these phrases do more than just describe an action. They tell a story about the person's feelings. This also brings up different eating styles. You know the expressions to eat like a bird and to eat like a horse, right?
Yes, to eat like a bird means to eat very small amounts. My little sister eats like a bird. She's full after just a few bites.
And to eat like a horse is the opposite, to eat a very large amount of food. My friend who is a marathon runner, after a long run, he can eat like a horse. We'll order 3 main courses just for him. So for our listeners, which one are you? Do you eat like a bird or eat like a horse?
Okay, after a long day, we finally get to dinner. For me, dinner is the most relaxing meal. It's the time I can actually slow down. You know, all this food talk is making me want to whip up some spicy spaghetti tonight.
And there's another brilliant phrasal verb, to whip up something. This is our third teaching point, and it's a good one for anyone who cooks. To whip something up means to cook or prepare a meal very quickly and easily. It implies that it doesn't take much effort. For instance, I didn't have much time, so I just whipped up some scrambled eggs. The word whip gives you that feeling of fast, energetic movement.
Yeah, it's not for a complicated 3-hour-long recipe. It's for simple, fast dishes. It's a bit different from cooking from scratch, isn't it?
Precisely. From scratch means you cook something using only the most basic ingredients, without using any pre-made mixes or prepared components. For example, if you bake a cake from scratch, you're measuring out the flour, sugar, eggs, and butter yourself. You're not using a boxed cake mix.
I have a story about this. Last month, I decided I was going to be a baker. I told my friends I was going to make a chocolate cake from scratch. It sounded so impressive.
And how did it go?
Laughs. It was a disaster. I used salt instead of sugar. The whole thing was a nightmare. I learned that for me, baking from scratch is not a piece of cake.
Ha! And you've seamlessly used our next idiom, a piece of cake. When something is a piece of cake, it means it's extremely easy to do. For example, the English test was a piece of cake. I finished it in 20 minutes. It's a fun, informal way to say very easy.
So my bacon experiment was definitely not a piece of cake, but my spicy spaghetti it's my specialty. I have a secret ingredient.
A secret ingredient? Come on, you have to tell me. Spill the beans.
Aha! I'm not going to spill the beans that easily. My secret recipe is safe with me. For our listeners, to spill the beans is a very common idiom that means to reveal a secret.
The origin is thought to come from an ancient Greek voting system, where people would cast votes using beans. If someone knocked over the jar of beans, the secret results of the vote would be revealed prematurely. So, spilling the beans is revealing information that was supposed to be kept secret.
Okay, fine. I'll give you a hint. My secret ingredient makes the pasta sauce taste like pure comfort food.
Comfort food. That's a term everyone should know. It's not just about taste. It's about emotion. Comfort food is the food that makes you feel good, safe, and nostalgic, often because it reminds you of your childhood or happy memories.
Exactly. For me, it's mac and cheese or a warm chocolate chip cookie. What's your comfort food, Alex?
A hearty, slow-cooked beef stew. My grandmother used to make it on cold, rainy days. The smell alone just makes me feel content. It's amazing how food can be so tied to our memories and emotions.
It really is. But sometimes cooking doesn't lead to comfort. It leads to panic. Speaking of my bacon disaster, I was in a real pickle that day.
Before you continue the story, let's explain that idiom. To be in a pickle means to be in a difficult or troublesome situation. You're stuck and you don't know what to do.
Imagine being physically trapped inside a small pickle jar. It's a funny image, but it perfectly captures the feeling of being in a tight spot. So, Chloe, you were in a pickle with your cake. What happened?
Well, my friends were coming over in an hour. I had this horrible, salty, unbaked mess in a bowl. I had no other dessert ingredients. I was totally in a pickle. I had promised them cake.
So what did you do?
I did what any modern person in a pickle does. I quickly ordered a beautiful cake from the bakery down the street and hid all the evidence of my failure. Whispers, they still think I baked it myself.
Chloe, you didn't. We're going to have to do a whole episode on white lies, but that's a perfect illustration of being in a pickle and finding a creative way out.
After a big meal, especially if I've eaten too much, I sometimes feel the need to just lie on the sofa. I especially do that during holidays when it's easy to pig out.
Let's talk about that phrasal verb, to pig out. It's very informal. It means to eat a very large quantity of food at one time, often to the point of feeling uncomfortably full. It has a slightly negative or gluttonous connotation.
Yes, it's not a compliment. You might say, we went to the all-you-can-eat buffet and completely pigged out on pizza and ice cream. It suggests a lack of control.
A very useful, if slightly self-deprecating phrase. And you know, all this talk about food, my stomach is rumbling.
Mine too. My stomach is rumbling or my stomach is growling are perfect phrases to say you're hungry. You can literally hear the sound from your stomach. It's a sign that it's time to eat.
I think that's our cue to start wrapping up this delicious conversation. We've covered everything from grabbing a bite in the morning to being in a pickle in the kitchen.
And we learned that Alex is an early bird who likes to cook from scratch, and I'm a night owl with a major sweet tooth who's good at ordering cake online. Oh, to have a sweet tooth, that's our last one. It just means you love eating sweet things like cakes, candy, and desserts. That's me 100%.
An excellent final addition. And with that, I think we have a full menu of phrases for our listeners today.
All right, everyone, it's time for our quick recap. We've learned a lot of phrases today, so let's organize them by meal.
Let's do it. First up, phrases for the morning and breakfast. Early bird, someone who wakes up and feels energetic in the morning. Night owl, someone who stays up late and is most productive at night. The early bird gets the worm. Starting early gives you the best chance of success. Go-to, your favorite, most reliable choice. To grab a bite, to get a quick, informal meal.
Next, for lunch and general eating styles, leftovers, food remaining from a previous meal. To wolf down,
To eat very, very quickly. To pick at your food. To eat small amounts without enthusiasm. To eat like a bird. To eat very little. To eat like a horse. To eat a lot.
And for our main event, dinner and cooking, to whip up something, to cook something quickly and easily. From scratch, to cook using basic ingredients, not a pre-made mix. A piece of cake, something that is very easy to do. To spill the beans, to reveal a secret. Comfort food, food that makes you feel emotionally good and nostalgic. To be in a pickle, to be in a difficult situation.
And finally, a few general food and feeling phrases. To pig out, to eat a very large amount of food, often excessively. To have a sweet tooth, to love eating sweet foods. My stomach is rumbling or growling, a phrase to say you are very hungry.
Wow, that's 19 phrases. We did it.
We certainly did. And now we have a question for all of you listening. We shared our stories, and now we want to hear yours.
Yes, our question for you this week is, what is your ultimate comfort food, and what special memory does it remind you of?
Leave your answers in the comment section wherever you're listening to this podcast. We love reading your stories, and it's fantastic practice for you to use the language.
That's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of food and learned some new phrases you can start using right away.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Chill English Podcast. We'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, take care.
Bye.